Hello and welcome to Game 2 of the doubleheader today for your Edwardsville Tigers here at Town Pile Field. And in this game, they'll be taking on the 20th ranked Glenwood Chatham Titans. Well, Chatham Glenwood, whatever. And for this game, guys, I know I usually have a bunch of stats on the other team, but they do not have their information on STL High School Sports. So we will just be winging it and coming up with stuff as we go because their stats are not accessible for us. And here's the first pitch from Gagas. Gagas, the starting pitcher today for your Edwardsville Tigers. He has 18 innings pitched in the season with a 1.17 ERA. In his 2 starts, he has come away with a 1-0 record. So one of them he didn't get all the way through it, or at least halfway through it. He's been in 10 games, usually been used as a reliever, but as we saw in the last game with Marquetto pitching, doesn't really matter if you're a reliever or not. As long as you got some stamina on you, you can pitch 100 pitches and, actually do a good job. So those of you who are just now tuning into this game, didn't go to the first game, Marquetto threw like 102 pitches with like 12 or 13 strikeouts. Balled out. I mean, 2 runs against, but still. Had an amazing game. Had all those errors early in the game. And then, we won the game pretty easily. So coming into this one, going against a ranked opponent in the state, cannot lay back in this one. Gonna have to come out and play a good game the whole way through. Anyways, if we were a little bit out of breath, we were just playing monkey in the middle out in the yard behind the broadcast booth because we were bored in between games. And then the game started quicker than what we thought it would. So, here we are. That ball popped up and foul. So 2-2 count here on their leadoff hitter. And let me see if I cannot get their roster somewhere. Oh, there they are. Okay. Yeah, Nolan McCaster's up right now. He's a senior, shortstop, and a pitcher. Don't have any stats on him on the season because, their school website has a bunch of information on it, but just not stats.
He might be on Max Preps.
I checked Max Preps. They just didn't have the player stats, which sucks. Took a big rip at that one, and fouls it back. Full count. So, once again, shout out to STL High School Sports for getting all, being a nice little place for all the teams in the Metro East to put all their stats and that stuff. Glenwood, though, not from around here, does not have their information in. Can't really blame them. And first batter of the day gets walked. Long at bat, though, and I guess, try to get the pitch count up. Tigers have played a lot of baseball in the last few days, so we'll have to see who they have available later on in the game. That was an 8-pitch at bat, and he drew a walk on it. This guy, up to bat, Marconi, not listed on the school roster sheet, so maybe, actually he's listed under a different number. Once again, we're going to do the best we can. We're just, it's not like we're Bally Sports Midwest and we're in the MLB where there's 10 trillion stats being kept track of every team. This is high school. Not every team keeps track of everything. We'll say, though, they got some fresh helmets. I don't love it, but they're definitely different. Definitely have some style to them. I think now, after we just played monkey in the middle, I don't think any of us are going to be complaining about it being cold in here now. No, I think we're all okay with that. Yeah. By the way, did we get the ball back in?
Yeah.
You did? Okay.
The ball was already outside.
Yeah, the baseball. Did we get it back in the room?
The baseball that we took, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Gagas. And that one taken high. So he has a long, lengthy release. Kind of easy. I mean, you get a long time to see what's coming. It's just, can you hit it? I don't know too much about him. Haven't seen him much. Maybe he's been in one game that we've done. Has not pitched many innings throughout the season, at least at home, that I can remember. Maybe it was against in some of the games we just couldn't do. But speaking of pitches that might be hard to hit, there was one right there. Dropped in underneath his bat, and that's strike 2. 2-2 count. And Chuck at first. So it's definitely warmed up a little bit out here now since the first game. First game starting around 10 a.m. This one starting, well, it was supposed to kind of start around 1, but the other game actually got done semi-quickly, so, you know, starting a little early here today. And that pitch outside. So full count again. Back-to-back at-bats with full count. And they're working Gegas early. He's got no outs, and he's already up to 12 pitches. Well, 13 now. And great pitch there. Fouled off. Just barely got it at the end with the bottom part of his bat. Behind the plate today, though, for the Tigers, I might as well go around the entire field here. Out and left, you have the catcher, normal catcher, Hebner, Hardy in center, Copeland at right, Stearns at third, Burns at shortstop, Funkhauser at second, Effort at first, Gegas pitching, and Lucas Hebner at catcher. Not a brother, though, something I was surprised to learn this season. Not at all related to Grant. So maybe it's not even pronounced Hebner. Maybe that one's Hebner. I don't know. Man, might as well, for consistency's sake. And that's 2 straight walks to start the game. Good at-bats. Good discipline, though, so far from the Titan hitters. You don't need to see the stats on them for you to know that they have good eyes so far. The hitters seem to know what they're doing. On the season, Chatham Glenwood is 20-4, and they're coming into today fresh off an 8-game winning streak. Because I'm assuming they won last night. That's a little bit of an assumption. That could be dead wrong. I just assume they won last night, and I can't be asked to go check it. They lost last night? Okay, so they're not coming into the game off of an 8-game winning streak. They had an 8-game winning streak, and then they lost last night. Who'd they lose to?
Chatham?
Yeah, Chatham.
They lost to Highland.
Who?
Highland.
Highland. Oh, so Highland beat them. So Highland, the team we just played, we beat them. And now we're going to try to move on to the Titans. Tigers struggling this week, dropping their first 2 games of the season. Had not lost a game up until this week. Lost to Belleville East, and then last night to T-Town. Wind kind of blowing back into the field here. So going to maybe see a few balls get knocked down. Not blowing exceptionally hard. Slight breeze here today. Probably starting to get into the 60s, close to 70 temperature-wise. Beautiful day for baseball. And those are some beautiful uniforms the Titans are rocking. I mean, they don't compare to ours by any means, but, you know, they're good nonetheless. Pitch inside. It's a strike called, though. It looked like it was low inside, and I thought it was going to be called a ball. But instead, it's a 1-2 count. Looking to get the first out of the game here is Gegas. Tigers really needing any games for the rest of the season. Basically, just have to look at Belleville East. Like, for record, I mean, you cannot lose really any games against these ranked opponents, or else you're going to lose your #1 rank. And after losing to T-Town and Belleville East this week, it's just kind of up to PBR what they want to do with the rankings. See, St. Viator was second coming into this week in rankings, and I'm not sure if they lost. If they won all their games this week, there's a good chance they're #1. Edwardsville probably still #2, and Belleville East maybe #3. But you never know how the other teams do, especially considering they're not all in the area. And that one fouled into play, but they're going to call it dead, and 2-2 count. I guess they ruled it was behind the line whenever it was first put in. I don't know. Just call foul? Alrighty. I mean, it came back into play. Just saying. But that would have been nice, though, if it would have stayed in play, because the runners did not know what to do with that. And the hitter right now, Plattner, had no clue it came into play. So, pitch outside. Another full count. Really working Gegas here so far. No action in the pen, of course, first inning. Got to have faith in your guys. Remember back to the game against Huntley earlier this year. You know, Stearns gave up like 3 or 4 in the first. Kept him in. Pitched a pretty good game overall, and you got the win. You can give up some early, but you got to make sure you make them up later. And not sure who Chatham's pitching. Not even sure if he's any good because I can't look at his stats. But bases loaded early, no outs. And if they start scoring runs, a bunch of runs early, there's really not much we can do. Bring it back. I'm assuming Chatham saved one of their best pitchers for this game. But I have no clue because they don't put their information online, which is aggravating. Let's see if we get any action. Still no action in the pen. Bases loaded. Gonna have to have faith in your guy here. No outs. All giving him a good at-bat. But just when it gets down to that 2-strike pitch, he just has not been able to locate it, or it's been fouled off. Well, in the last game, we saw Highland get out of a bases loaded, no out situation. That was Cap. I'm trying to remember his first name. Something like B Cap. And he came into the game. I was basically like, oh, we're basically going to score here. I mean, there's almost no way we don't with the way we were playing. And then they got 3 outs and we didn't score anything in that inning. Of course, we still won the game 6-2. But, you know, just because you're in a situation, bases loaded, no outs, doesn't mean you're, going to give up a run. This situation, though, with how well the Titans have been hitting so far and how well they've been able to see the pitches, wouldn't be surprised. And swings and misses at that one. Strike 2. 2 strikes again. But Gigas has been in this position a few times this inning so far and has not been able to get out of it with a strikeout. Walked all 4 on. No base hits so far for Chatham. And pitches up and away. 2-2. I wouldn't be surprised if he walked this one if we started seeing somebody at least walk over to the bullpen. Yeah, that was a great pitch. Broke a little early before the plate, but the batter had no clue what to do with it, and Curtis strikes out. So that's the first out of the game for Gigas, and must feel a little bit more relieved now. Pitch count definitely getting up, though. 27 pitches through, 1 out of an inning. High school baseball, you got to get 21 outs, only 7 innings. Ooh. Pitch just a little high there. And we're 121st of the way through this game. And I'm not really liking what I'm seeing, but it's still early yet. He's kind of choked up here on the bat, leaving a little bit of room between his bottom hand and then out of the bat. Just trying to put one in play, make some contact. Everything's been a walk or a strikeout here so far, looking like wiffle ball. Speaking of that, MLW Wiffle Ball, I'm going to give them a shout out just because I can, to like the 2 viewers we probably have at the moment. Yeah, exactly, 2 viewers. MLW Wiffle Ball, love their YouTube channel. You should definitely check them out. They're a Wiffle Ball league in Michigan, and it's really, really entertaining to watch. Bunch of college and high school kids making YouTube content with over 100K subscribers, been doing it since they were kids, and now they've made it big time on YouTube. Anyways, back to the game. Gigas throws another strike there. Got him looking. Not a lot of swinging strikes so far, other than the foul balls. Back to 1-2. Been in this exact count a few times so far. And that one fouled off. Well, with how disciplined the Titans hitters have looked so far, I have to assume the only downside of the team has to be the pitching. If they've done this every single game, I would imagine that... What was that?
We're down our bottom tier pitching.
Oh, okay. And that one hit to right, shallow right. And they make the play, and the runners will stay still. Decent throw home. Probably could have scored. But Copeland makes the play, and now have a chance to strand 3 here and get out of the inning. Copeland came charging in on that ball. Full effort the whole way through, as per usual from him. Nicely done. And the Tigers have 2 away. Well, Titans have 2 away. Whatever. Terminology's weird. I'm going to pull up the stream on my phone really fast. So don't mind me with that. I'm just checking to make sure everything looks good because, of course, if the quality's bad, you guys aren't going to enjoy it nearly as much. And that one called strike. Umpire. Hey, you know what? I screw up some terminology. You screw up some terminology. And we all screw up every once in a while. Baseball's complicated. Strike zone. Yep, I'm being that guy. I'm being a grammar police. And that pitched low. So not many viewers coming out to watch the game today, but we have a lot of people in the stands. Been a busy day over here at the Edwardsville Sports Complex. A lot of baseball games being played. 2 from your Tigers, and that pitch breaks a little early. Second baseman trying to get to it, charges, and going to be an error. Ranging over to his right, could not make the play, and Chatham leads by a score of 1-0 here in the first inning. So the first time the Tigers have trailed today in a game. I remember when we had that streak where we hadn't trailed in the game for 10 games or so. I miss those days. But this week has proven to be one of the toughest weeks of the season for the Tigers. Had to burn up a lot of pitchers. Thought we might see Gannon Burns in this game, but Gigas gets the call. Not a bad pitcher, but has pitched against a lot of the weaker competition we've gone against. So numbers could be a little bit skewed. Has good stuff though, but the way his breaking ball, I don't know if that's his curve or it's slider or what it is. It's just, a lot of me use a bowling analogy. It looks like it's kind of rolling out, is what we call it in bowling, where it moves for a second and then it stops. Doesn't have much continued move. It doesn't keep snapping. So it may fool you for a moment, but if you're on it and you know it's coming, you can read it and smack it into play. And I believe that's what the pitch that was grounded over to the second baseman, I believe that was his breaking ball. And he gets that call. Called strike. 1-2 count. Seems like I've been saying that a lot this inning, because I have. So no hits yet for the Titans, but they still have bases loaded here, and they scored off of an error. And see, there's the breaking pitch again. Just does not keep arcing. Kind of moves and then stops. Which in bowling makes sense. In baseball, I'm not sure how he does that. Nor do I think he wants to do that. Ideally, you want it to keep breaking. Or if it's going to break a tiny bit, and stop and then start, you want it to break extremely hard. And his move's just a few inches. Which a few inches, you know, average. Okay, I'm going to stop with those jokes for now. Well, we got no viewers. What the hell? This is a ranked game. Runners go. That one grounded the second. Again, can he make the play this time? He gets it. Flip to first in time. And Tigers escape. A bases loaded, no out jam with only one run of damage against. And we will come back. Tigers will be leading off with Funkhauser, Huebner, and Stearns. Well, here we are on the bottom of the first inning. Looks like number 21 is pitching for Glenwood. That would be Zane Danielson. He's a senior. Have no stats on him, nor do I have any for the entire team. Yeah, Zane, so Z Danielson. Here, it just is right here. Anyways, we had our first message in the chat of the day, which is relatively sad, but we appreciate you talking. His name, though, not the most appropriate. Well, it's not inappropriate, but his name is Poopy Butthole. Poopy Butthile. And he said hello. Hello, Poopy Butthile. Welcome to the chat. That is quite the name. But, hey, we'll take it. We'll take someone talking in the chat. And remember, in the chat, we have our little vote. It says, who's going to win today? Titans or the Tigers? Put your votes in now, and about halfway through the game, we will take it down. I'm going to say after the third inning. We'll try to take it down if I remember. And we'll put up a new one just asking who you're rooting for, because we'd love to see how many Chatham Glenwood fans are in the chat. But it looks like there are no fans in the chat as of right now, so. And sorry if we seem a little salty about that. It's just, you know, it's a nice Saturday, and there's a lot of things I could be doing. But I come out to the baseball game. He's okay, and then look at this. Thomas, look at what he just sent.
Oh my gosh, Poopy Butthole.
Yeah, so Poopy Butthile, you said something in the chat. I'm not going to really acknowledge you much anymore unless you stop doing that. But you can't say that stuff in our chat, so we're going to hide it and put you in timeout. Go sit in the corner and think about what you did. Yeah. Don't worry. Any type of message that's like on borderline, YouTube just kind of gives us the option to show or hide it. And they pitch him out there. Funkhauser been going through a slump as of late. His average has dipped under 300, and just his offensive production has dipped. So he's trying to get back into it. See if he changed anything here today. That ball put into play. Gonna carry back at the right fielder, and he's gonna make the play. Ball had a little bit of carry on that one. Got a little bit under it. Put some spin on it. Kept spinning up in the air, and gave the right fielder enough time to get under it. So Grant Huebner up to bat now. Went 3 for 4 in the last game with a home run. A base stealing threat. A good hitter. Coming into today before the first game was hitting .407. That's going to be up now by a few points, but we don't have game-by-game stats. We just have after the day's over. Dave over here will put them in stlhighschoolsports.com, which you guys should all check out if you ever want to follow the team and their stats. And if you want to follow the games live and follow it on an app that's all convenient to use, be sure to get the Game Changer Classic app and follow the Edwardsville Tigers V22. If you're a family member or a player that for some reason doesn't have it, which I'm pretty sure all of you do, you can look at all your stats and everything on there as well. But we cannot because we are not admins. So we just use STL High School Sports. Plus, I don't think they want me being an admin either because I'd probably misclick something and like delete half our games. So probably a good call not to have me doing that. 2-1 pitch. Gets the inside corner of the plate. Good pitch from Danielson. Has a little bit of tail. That one started a little bit outside the zone. Broke back in just at the last second. Huebner thought it was just going to stay out. And now it's a 2-2 count with 1 out here in the bottom of the first. And big hack at that one. Strikes out. Just late to it. Blew it by him. Tigers have been struggling to hit, though, as of late in the last few games. You know, you get the average pitcher or the below average pitcher, and then we light him up. But against some of the just aces, especially Belville Lease, which, I mean, no one hits against those guys, Mewith and Walker. Just no one's been able to hit them all season. We really struggled with only a few hits in that game with 2 runs. And again, last night, it wasn't that we struggled to hit, it was just struggling to get the ball to drop in fair and drop into the grass. Game this morning, though, did a pretty good job of getting on base. Stole a few bases. I think it was, Hardy had like 3 stolen bases in that game. And we were able to move a lot of our runners just on passed balls, paying attention, waiting for the ball to get by the catcher, and we were able to move some people around. And they're going to try to pitch outside here to Stearns. Stearns puts it in play, hit to second base. Play made, slips a little bit on the grass, throws in time. 1-2-3, go the Tigers. And to lead off the next inning for the Titans, we'll have Cashman, Rath, and McCasters. So Gagas, after having a first inning he'd probably like to forget, he got out of it though, out of a bases loaded no-out jam with only 1 run against. Gonna try to come out here and throw some strikes. They had a lot of balls in the first one and a lot of good at-bats from the Titans. Titans really just took him deep into counts, made him throw good pitches, and a lot of borderline ones just they did a good job of taking and got cold balls. So, like I said, leading off for Chatham here is Cashman. Is he cash money? We shall see. Fouls that one back. Looks like a launch angle enthusiast, judging from that first swing. One of the developments over the past 10, 20 years or so in the MLB. All about that launch angle. Trying to drive the ball. Gagas already up to 42 pitches. and only threw 1 inning. So chances are he will not be going through the entirety of this game. The question is, who's going to come in for him later on, and can he keep them scoreless here long enough for us to catch back up? So far, it looks like their pitcher's pretty dialed in, and that one gets a little bit behind it. Kind of whips his hands at it. I don't know how to describe that. He like moves his hands back before going forward, and that just causes the bat to be a little bit behind your hands. And he fouled that one out. We'll see if he does that again if he tries to swing at it. Good take. Full count again. Gagas getting his work in, getting his money's worth here today. And all of these at-bats. Titans done a great job of seeing his pitches. And low, and one runner aboard. So Cashman's on, and that will bring up your mother. Wrath. So 1-0 is the score. We have 4 votes in the chat now and the fan vote, and it's 50-50 on who's going to win this game, and honestly, that's a fair assessment. I'd say if we were playing, if we started Burns or, Stearns was available, we had like a top of our rotation, probably be a game we could win. That one bunted foul. So 9 hitter showing bunt, pretty typical. No outs, trying to move the runner to second, put him in scoring position. Now, if you are a Glenwood fan, because it seems like there's a few of them in the chat, if you guys have any ideas on any websites or something that you guys use for stats that I could access, I'd love to hear it in the chat. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel for a minute, talk in the chat, and you guys can unsubscribe, I guess, if you want. Now, we'd prefer you do stay subscribed. You don't even have to watch any of our videos. We're just trying to get to 1,000 so we can make money. That one also bunted foul. So now he has to be careful. Has 2 strikes here. If he bunts another one foul, he's out. Runner on. That's Cashman at first. Gagas pitching. And Wrath at the plate. 9-hole hitter. Check on the runner. The wind blowing out to right. Haven't seen a home run hit that way yet today. And doesn't get the call on the outside part of the plate. Did look a little outside. Hebner tried to do his best job to frame it. Lucas Hebner. Tigers just having to rest some players, so that's why you see some different rosters over the last few days. And that was another 1-2 count, and now it's 2-2. He's getting ahead in counts, just cannot get that pitch to strike him out. They've done a good job of fouling off his pitches, and they get the 2 strikes, but he just can't get one by them to whiff at. And he gets that call. Called strike. Strike 3. Second strike out of the game for Gagas. Well, if you're looking for a bite to eat at the game, remember that the snack bar is located right behind home plate, behind the broadcast booth. Decent prices, good food, and usually a pretty short line, but today, with the amount of people here at Tom Powell Field, the line's been pretty long. Looking myself to go get something maybe after this inning, and that one, line foul. So, Thomas, I didn't get a chance to watch the announcements this week. Did you get a chance to? Oh, runner goes. Runner goes second. Lucas Hebner, good throw, but it's going to squirt past second baseman. Well, that's shortstop, sorry, Gannon Burns. Who I guess, he hasn't pitched in a bit. If he has to come into this game, I feel like that'd be someone you might try, but he's such a good starter. I don't know if you want to waste him here. Just check the schedule really fast, and then I'll get back to the screwing around about the morning announcements. So we got Freeburg coming up on Tuesday at Freeburg. Then on Friday, we're going against Francis Howell, which we will not be able to do. And someone from Francis Howell is actually coming in to do that game. We're going to be doing the girls' senior night for soccer. We haven't done any of their games so far. Got to give them some respect. And Nathan Beck, the boys' goaltender, should be announcing that game. Of course, it'll be his first time announcing, so I'll be there as well, just to make sure, no funny business is going on. I'm not sure about how good Freeburg or Francis Howell is, but I mean, if they're good teams, I guess you should save Burns for those. We'll see, though. We'll see. 2-1 count here. Runner on second. Stolen base for Cashman. McCaster at the plate. McCasters, sorry, plural. And outside, another walk. No action in the bullpen. Well, 2 aboard here. Pitch count getting up. So far this season, every game we've broadcasted has ended in a win, but today's going to look like it's going to be a tough one. They have a decent pitcher on the other side, and Gigas has just had a hard time getting these guys out. A lot of walks. That was really weird. I was looking at the guy on deck. He was swinging a small little stick-looking thing. I'm assuming it's weighted, and that's why he's using it, but just very small. It's something I haven't seen before. I've seen people, put the rings on their bat and, try to make the bat heavier when they're warming up so it feels lighter when you're at the plate. Not sure what that is, though. And also with how small it is, I'd be kind of scared to be slipping it out of his hands and going to the head of our pitcher, which is not exactly what we want at all. So, he actually has a normal bat now in the on-deck circle. That's number 16. And gets that call. Good frame job. 1-2. And you have Marconi. First time I saw his name, I really wanted to call him Macaroni, but and that's not even because I wanted to make fun of him. It's just because I thought his name was Macaroni. He's 0 for 0. Had a walk. First time up, first inning. And that pitch low. Something the Tigers also got to look out for today. They already have an error on the board. That was a good fouled off pitch there. Not sure if it was going to be a strike or not, so he fouls it off. Almost into his own teammate, though. Tigers got to watch the errors. The last week or so has not exactly been clean in the field. And they're going to look to try to figure that out tonight. Well, this afternoon. Let me look at the box score from last night. How many errors we have? Actually, we were clean last night. But throughout the week, just had a few of them that, we really went back. And there's the third strikeout of the game for Gigas. So 2 away here. Up to 63 or 64 pitches in the game. Once again, if you hear me talking about the pitch count and you hear me say it like that, it's because game changer. It takes a moment to load, especially since I'm on data. It doesn't automatically just go up right away. So I always just give it a second. I'm always just giving you like a number that's around. I don't know for sure. And that one lined up the middle, but they're going to get the force at second. He might have been in there safe. And they call him out. He looked safe to me. It looked like it was a tie. It might be one of those if you were in a professional setting you might challenge. But ruled out, and the Tigers get out of the inning with no damage done. And we'll look to score our first run of the game here in the bottom of the second. All right, so joining me today inside the broadcast booth, of course, we have the Waffle Man himself, John Deichel, running the camera, Thomas Almos on the TriCaster, I'm James Lugmeyer. And Thomas, so you said you've been trying some different things in the morning announcements. The only other thing other than sports that we upload on this channel is the morning announcements every Friday, edited by Tennis and Rose. Used to be edited by me, but that's a long story, and I'm not going to tell it, because school probably wouldn't like that. So, Thomas, what have you guys been trying different in the morning announcements to spice things up?
We've been filming at different locations throughout the school, so it's not just like in the green room. So yeah, just like different areas to spice it up, so it's not all like boring. So yeah.
Well, I mean, honestly, we need something to spice it up a little bit. I'm not sure how long Tennyson takes to edit them, and I really wish we still had that sports segment, but I'm just not available like at all during the week right now to actually be able to edit that. I mean, I feel like I'd have to be the one to make the sports segment. I have to send it to him. He'd have to put it in this thing, and honestly, I don't have the time for that. I don't have the time to go through a 2-hour broadcast and get every little important thing. And plus, the school doesn't show the broadcast half the time in the classroom. Most teachers just forget about it. Like this Friday, my teacher didn't even bother at all. And the school, a lot of times, will just do the announcements over it, even though Tennyson's been uploading them like an hour. I mean, like not an hour, like 2 days before. Like he's been getting them out so quickly in the school, just But it's how it goes. We're broadcasting. We're either everybody retweets us on Twitter and all the game's huge, or it's a big game and then nobody cares. So, and another strike here. Copeland at the plate. 0 for 0 so far because he hasn't had an at-bat. I know, crazy. 471 on the season batting average. Gets on base 56% of the time. 1 home run, 19 RBIs. And that's not counting the stats from today so far. So I think after this inning, I think I'm going to try to run down and get a hot dog. But hopefully it's a long inning, because that would mean that we scored. Full count. Tigers looking for their first base runner of the day. And swinging strike. Strike 3, and that's 4 straight outs for the Titans. So Ifrig up to bat now, hitting .433 in the season, 3 home runs, 25 RBIs. Just trying to get something going for the Tigers here. He's a lefty. He has some power. Ball is blowing out to right, kind of blowing back in a little bit as well. That went inside. See, I think it would just be kind of big here. You know, just a solo shot. Get the team kind of, get some confidence. That's what just happened last game. Huebner hit a home run in the first at-bat of the game. And good pitch. Catches the outside corner. Thomas checking his grades on Tiger View. And fouled back. 1-2 count. So far, a pretty masterfully pitched game by Zane Danielson through 1.1 innings and 20 pitches. Tigers got to find a way to get to him. Been struggling against solid pitching. Something you're going to see a lot of in the playoffs is a lot of teams' aces. They're going to be healthy and ready to go. So, and that's strike 3. 5 straight outs. Tigers do not have a base runner yet. The perfect game continues. So this will bring Cade Hardy to the plate. Had 3 stolen bases last game. Fouls that one back. Good pitch to hit. Had a heck of a game last game. I mean, really helped out. Just helped manufacture one of the runs by scoring by stealing 2 bases in the same trip. But you can't steal a base if you can't get on, and the Tigers have not been able to get on yet so far. Looking for the first base runner here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Once again, I'd love to see the stats in this guy. I'd love to see Danielson and see if he's like their ace or what he is, but just nothing online for this team. Also, we have no viewers again. And that ball down the left field line, foul. Yeah, I mean, you can't blame us. We came out here, we tried to get the games, but, with so many parents showing up for these games, you're not going to get the viewers. Those are our main viewers. And that's 6 straight outs, perfect through 2, is Danielson. Tigers trail 1-0. We head to the top of the 3rd. So, Tigers already going to the pen, going to somebody they haven't seen much of this season, Adam Powell's brother, Tyler Powell. And this game is just not one that, Tigers don't have many people that are actually rested right now as far as pitching goes. So we're just kind of having to scrape through, what they have left. Tyler Powell in his one game so far this year gave up 3 runs in 1 inning. Has an ERA of 21. So you can see we're really scraping through it. I mean, we have a lot of solid pitchers on this team, but we've used a lot of it the last few days. And it's unfortunate, This is definitely a team I think we could probably beat, but might be taking an L here. And of course, we've been wasting all the good pitching. We've been burning it up, and we've lost 2 of the games this week. Well, can't sell him short. He had 1 outing, only gave up 2 hits, but those 2 hits resulted in 3 runs that I'm assuming weren't completely his. I mean, they were taken down on him, but there were only 2 hits against him in that outing, so I don't see how 3 runs could have been scored unless there were runners already on. Which wouldn't technically be his fault then, because those runners shouldn't have been his. I'm going to ask Dave about that. All right, well, the first batter's on. That pitch left over the middle of the plate, and it's a hit. So Curtis is now 1 for 2 in the game. This will bring up Erickson, who's 0 for 1 in the game. Tyler Powell, I believe, is he a freshman? Or a sophomore? Sophomore? Alright. Wait, let me find Marquetto on here. No, he's a freshman.
He will be a sophomore.
Okay, yeah, he will be a sophomore. So, freshman pitcher out there going against an experienced team of mainly seniors. Let's see what he can do. He has Erickson here, 0-2. 1 runner on. That's Curtis. Curtis taking a pretty big lead. Looks like he might want to go. And that one fell back. So, trying to fight here. Keep himself alive. Got a runner on. Got the Tigers right where they want him. Titans trying to manufacture some more runs. Stranded 3 in the first. Scored 1 of them. And that pitch has some good break to it. But ruled inside. Ball 2. Nope, sorry, ball 1. My bad. Well, Dave was so fast putting it on the scoreboard up there, I thought, oh, it's going to update again. I thought, and that ball hit out to left, might have lost it. He'd been looking for it in the sun, and he finds it, and runner goes back to first. 1 away here for the Titans. No, 2 away. 1 away, 2 away, 1 away, 2 away. 1 away. There we go. Sorry, you're so fast at the scoreboard right now. I look over and I'm like, oh, it's going to update. You already did it. Dave's simply too good. And I'm simply tired. Yes. And great pitch there. So that pitch might be his friend, but he has to be careful with it. Don't want to leave that hanging too far over the plate. Of course, that one being one of those pitches you want to leave it outside, have it come in, or have it high, come in low. Check on the runner. And actually gave a solid attempt at that one. But the runner is safe. Close, but no cigar. How about a double play ball here? I'm not opposed to that. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Leave it outside, have it come in, and run into the zone. And just catch the inside there. And he has him right where he wants him. 0-2 count. Holvey, 0 for 1. And that one outside, keeps it in front. Runner goes. Great throw, but it's not going to be in time. So he reaches there on, I wouldn't even call it, I mean, I guess it's technically called a passed ball. You called a steal?
Yeah.
All right, so rule the steal. So it didn't really get past him. It wasn't bad. He just got a good jump on a pitch that happened to get in the dirt.
Yeah. He was already running.
And that pitch also down, almost in the dirt. So 2-2 count. Runner in scoring position here. As Curtis moves over on a stolen base and a pitch that was in the dirt. Pretty big turnout here today. Just a lot of people from all sorts of schools sitting in the stands. And that also in the dirt. So missed the last 3 pitches low. Full count. Well, I think Marquetto's pretty tired, John. Yeah, no, I don't think we're going to see him for a bit. And that pitch is outside, so doesn't throw it in the dirt that time, but outside, doesn't swing at it. And Holvey is on first base. So 2 aboard here. And that'll bring up Reinke, first baseman for the Titans. Not pitching too terribly, though. I mean, there's 2 on. The first pitch was, hit. You're still warming up. It was a fastball down the middle. And then got a strikeout, then a walk. Doesn't seem like he has the most diverse pitch arsenal, but his curve looks pretty good. That or it's a slider. I cannot tell from where we're sitting. I really should just do my research on YouTube. And there's a fastball on the lower right-hand side of the plate. And that's strike 1. So Tigers currently trailing by 1. And they have 1 away here in the top of the second. No, top of the third. Top of the third. Top of the third. Fix the scoreboard. We have 1 viewer. Woo! And he's seen these pitches well. 2-1 count. Reinke 0 for 1. And there's strike 2. So getting himself ahead in the count here is Powell. Looking for his second strikeout of the inning. That or some weak contact, maybe a ground ball to second base, double play. I think we'd all be in favor of something like that. That one fouled off, and it's going to stay inside of the netting. And strike 3, you're out of here. Great pitch there from Powell. 2 away, 2 strikeouts in the inning for him. And that'll bring up number 30, Alex Cashman. Mr. Cash Money himself sitting in this game with a walk. He is the shortstop for the Titans. And has 2 aboard, trying to drive him in here against the freshman pitcher. And gets that call. That pitch has a lot of movement. The more he's thrown it, the better it's looked. Except for the ones that were in the dirt. But those never look good. Unless Alex Hernandez, Angel Hernandez, there he go, is umpiring. Then you might get that call to strike. Because, Oh, yeah, or Joe West. Okay, he gets it again. Good pitch. Honestly, though, I think I watched a video that Angel Hernandez isn't even like the worst. He's not the worst one. He just makes the worst, like. Oh, and that ball's going to get away. Pass ball. Runners are second and third. Now we're going to roll the wild pitch. It's hard, when you throw a breaking pitch like that, the way it hits the dirt and how it spins off. Hard to read if you're the catcher. But yeah, no, Angel Hernandez is just, on average, he's good, but he has that like 1 or 2 egregious calls per game that are so bad no one can believe it. And then that's why everyone hates him. Because those are the ones you remember. It's not like, you tend to forget the one that was just outside the zone that the umpire missed. But Hernandez is, The ones that he misses or messes up, those are the ones you remember. Anyways, the umpire today, though, actually doing a pretty good job. We were just talking about balls in the dirt being called strikes, which has not happened today, thankfully. Well, I mean, I'd appreciate it right about now since we're up. That ball driven into right center field, and the play is made by Hardy. So Tigers get out, no runs against, and I'm going to go get a hot dog. Alrighty, well, I just got my hot dog from the snack bar, which you should all use if you're going to Sound Powell Field. Go down and spend some money. A lot of the proceeds go to the Edwardsville baseball team. So, supporting a quality team, helping them to buy equipment, keep up with the field, yada, yada, yada. Travel, stuff like that. Now, once I'm done eating my hot dog, I'll have to give you guys a complete review, because that's what you guys came here. And you didn't come here for baseball, you came here for my, review of their hot dog. You know what? Even though our viewership is low, we're almost up to the same amount of viewers we had last game in total. Well, we had decent viewers, but...
What?
Yeah. Ooh. I think people are just kind of, drained from all the baseball. And that one outside did not go. No. 8. And big swing and a miss. Big hack at it by Hendrickson. Hendrickson, not someone you see hitting every single day. Hitting .214 on the season. 1 home run, 9 RBI. Had the first home run of the season, I believe, for the Tigers. I believe that was at the GCS ballpark. And he fouls that one off. So far, I have to give this hot dog a solid 10 out of 10. Tastes better than most things that I usually can get in any type of baseball game. And big whiff. Strikes him out, and then I'll bring up Roberson. I think. Maybe. Maybe I'm full of it. I think I'm full of it. Yeah, no, it's not. That's not Roberson. That's Lucas Hebner. He's hitting .412 on the season. Through his 18 plate appearances, 2 home runs, 2 RBI. Statistically better hitter than the person that shares his last name, and Grant. But once again, Grant plays every single day, larger sample size. Let's see if Lucas can tie it up here. One swing of the bat.
Yes.
That pitch low and inside, bouncing off the plate. They line up outside. And pitcher hit a spot, and it's fouled off. 1-2 count. Perfect game still going here for Danielson. He's done a pretty damn good job so far. Hitting his spots, and the Tigers just don't look like themselves at the plate. I'd say just bunt it, honestly. Dude, like right now, this pitch in particular. Maybe you should have done it before you had 2 strikes, but dude, there's no way. Like, you wouldn't see it coming. You get a base runner. For one, you ruined his perfect game. 2, you get in his head a little bit. Baseball's a mental game as well. It takes a lot of physical talent to play it, but the mentals are important. And he's crowding the plate, so that one's not going to be very hittable for him, as it's called strike on the inside part of the plate. Good pitch. I mean, it's definitely a strike. It's just he's so on top of it, especially being a righty. That's not exactly a spot that he's going to hit it. And the ball is blowing directly back into the ballpark right now. The wind is blowing. So, trying to hit one out of here, not really much of an option. First pitch taken, strike. Gannon Burns. Had a double in the last game. Statistically this season, one of the worst hitters on the team, but don't laugh at it. I'm being dead ass. And I just swore on stream because, yeah. Well, I mean, no one's watching, so. Yeah, we got 3. Yeah. Well, I'm not being mean. It's literally a fact. But he had a double in the last game, proved me wrong, and double resulted in some runs being scored. So, can't be too mad at me at the end of the day. Let me take another bite of this hot dog. Three-one count. A chance to break up the perfect game and get a base runner here. 2-out rally. He took a hack at it. Full count now. Good pitch to swing at, but Tiger's been no hit. Perfect game through 3. Well, 2.2 innings. And now it's 3. So Tigers bats have just been dead so far this game, have not been able to put anything in play for the most part. And the Titans, 1, 2, 3, they'll come back up. Well, we're back here for the bottom of the 3rd. Tyler Powell still pitching here for the Tigers. Top of the 4th, yep. Tyler Powell pitching. Thomas. It's just been a game so far. The Tigers doing more of what they've done all week against in their losses, which is just overthinking at the plate and have not been able to put one in play. Now, props to the pitchers, though, that have gone against them. Especially, Belleville East, 2 amazing pitchers this game so far. Nathanielson has pitched an amazing game. And then for us, we're kind of at the in our reserves as far as pitching goes. Having to dig deep and hope to pull out one out here. Definitely not a game. I mean, statistically, we're favored to win, but just with what we've had to do with managing our pitching staff the last few games, just kind of, players are worn out, worn down. You're going to have to regroup, try to win this game, and move on to next week. And it'll be a nice break for us because, it'll be a week where we don't have to stream baseball, which we enjoy doing. But we get to do another sport, which is girls soccer on Friday night. So be sure to be there. Support them. Please. Because we're going to have to move all this stuff over to the football field again. And I don't want to do that. This is all of our stuff. We don't have extra.
We don't have like extra tripods in there?
No. And that pitch grounded to third. Throw picked out of the dirt in time. And they got him. And there's an error by third baseman. Something you don't see very often. Stearns making an error. And this game has just not gone our way so far. Uncharacteristic errors at the plate. And 2 errors in the field. And a lot of walks. Gagas, whenever he came into the game, 3 straight walks to start the game, 5 walks total, 3 strikeouts, 2 innings pitched. Powell threw 1.1 innings, 1 strikeout, 1 walk, 1 hit against. No runs against him, though, so far. But they have a runner on first now, and McCasters. I think it's McCasters. We'll see. My app is not loading. And that one hit shortly into left field, over the head of Stearns, and 2 aboard. So, Macaroni gets his first hit of the game. So now he is 1 for 2 with a walk. Tigers on the offensive side of the ball being perfect gamed so far. Titans pitching has been superb. Yeah, Danielson with 7 strikeouts so far, making Marquetto's game earlier today looking like child's play. And that's pretty hard to do when someone does 100 pitches with 12 or 13 strikeouts, whatever it was. But so far, he's been up to the task, and Tigers hitters have not been able to hit him or draw a walk. That is in the dirt. Ball 3. And see if the Tigers have anyone in the pen. They do not. We're basically down to our last few pitchers here. Not a game in which you want to waste someone like Gannon Burns. I mean, might have to, though. There's a balloon flying out above right field right now. Someone lost a balloon. It's going up. It's deep. It's back. It's back at the track. The blue balloon is flying in the air. It's actually coming towards us. And that's a second walk of the game for Powell. Bases loaded with 1 out. In a jam. And that'll bring back up number 6. Eli Curtis, senior, outfielder, and pitcher. For a school with such a pretty website for their athletics, you would think they'd have a stats thing. I really just want to say their stats, but I can't provide you guys the insight that I want to bring because I don't have it. And that pitch down in the dirt almost hits him, and that's ball 1. Chatham with only 2 hits in the game, but a boatload of runners. A bunch of walks so far in the game, and 2 errors by the Tigers. And that ball's going to get away. Throw to the plate. In time. And the umpire almost hits the pitcher with the his emphatic motion to call he's out. So I guess that works. I mean, wild pitch turns into a free out. Really awkward slide there from McCasters. And the Tigers are lucky to keep this game a 1-0 game. Kept their head on their shoulders, though, and made the play that they had to make. And almost hits him again. Luckily, there's now an open base. So if he does walk him, there is a place for him to go and a run not to score. But he's going to have to start finding the zone here soon. It's 2-0. 2-1. Oh, 3-1? You're just behind? Okay. So 3-1 count. For those of you confused, we're basing a lot of things off the scoreboard here. And that one's down the line, and that should score too. And this game's been busted wide open. 3-0 Titans on a base hit from Curtis down the right field line. Stand-up double. Put himself in a bad spot, put himself in a 3-1 count. Had to throw something in the zone, and it's driven. Well, they're no slouches, and they know how to hit. We've proven that so far. And the pitching has held firm. Tigers do have a few more innings, though, to figure this out. Now, according to the poll, which I'm going to end right now, 60% of the people thought the Tigers were going to win this game. But right now, not looking like that's going to be the case. Let's ask a new one, though. Who are you rooting for? And that one put in play to the first baseman, makes the play. Throw to first. In time. Another borderline call the Tigers get. But it's really important that they got it. And they get out of the inning. 2 runs of damage done. 3-0 the score. After 4.5. Well, coming back out to pitch for the Titans is Zach Danielson. Through his 3 innings of work so far, he's only thrown 44 pitches, 29 of which were strikes, has 7 strikeouts. No hits, no walks, no nothing against. Perfect game going for him so far. Trying to take it all the way, and with how he's pitching right now, he should be under 100 pitches by the end of this game if he stays in. We'll see, though. The Tigers got to get this guy out of the game. Got to get the pitch count up. Got to take at-bats longer. Cannot keep this guy in the game, because if he stays in, there's a good chance that we might get shut out. He's had great pitches so far. And now we're back to Funkhauser. Been struggling as of late. Trying to get out of the slump he's been in. And he swings big at the first one. He's our leadoff hitter right now, despite being in the slump. And he quickly falls behind. 0-2 here. I think I called him Nathanielson earlier, but it's Danielson pitching. And he has been masterful, as I've said. And it looks like he might get another strikeout here. And whiffs at it. So Funkhauser's slump continues. And now we'll bring up Grant Hebner, hitting out of the 2-hole. Hebner struck out first time through the lineup, all the way back in the first inning. And that pitch inside, good take. Pitch has some sharp break to it, just didn't get back in the zone. Glenwood had a lot of people travel with them here today to watch this game. Had a few games earlier today as well. And that one fouled back. 1-1 count. Gotta try to work the count, work his pitch count up. He's pitched so well so far. You gotta get to their bullpen, which I'm sure they got someone waiting that's just amazing, because of course they would. But he can't be much better than what this guy is right now. That pitch up, good take. 2-1, finds himself ahead in the count. Tigers still looking for their first base runner in the game. And I just think, you know, you went against a team with much weaker pitching. You know, they burned up one of their better pitchers the other day, I'm assuming, against Chatham. Then you come into this game and you're going against a team that's ace. Which is, I'm assuming, is their ace. I'm hoping is their ace, because if they got anybody else better than them, I don't know how they're ranked 20th. Let's say only 20th. And he fouls that one back. 2-2 count. But, you know, you start seeing the other pitchers well. You start driving the ball. You start getting on the base pass a bit. And then you go into a pitcher who's great. Like the Cardinals at the beginning of the season. You started off with like Pirates, Royals, and then all of a sudden you ran into some actual pitching. And that's a comebacker. Hits him right around the groin area. And the Tigers have their first base runner of the game. And they gotta hope he's okay. He should be fine. Hey, you wear a cup for a reason. I don't think it hit him though there. It looked like it hit him in the groin. And hopefully he's okay. Well, it's gonna be ruled a base hit. That was just a comebacker. Pitchers usually don't have much of a chance in that one. Might be the first injury we've seen all season. You know he wants to stay in the game. I mean, his perfect game is gone. His no-hitter is gone. But his team needs him here. If he keeps pitching like he's been pitching, good chance they walk away with a win and an upset. Speaking of upset, I'm pretty upset that we're not winning. But it happens. It's sports for you. You can't win all the time. Especially when you've played so many games in this amount of days. You just don't have... You don't have 10 trillion pitchers on a team that can keep going. He's going to stay in. But he's going to get a chance to have some more pitches, and he looks just as good. So, luckily he's all right. I mean, if you're, you know, one of the Tigers players, I mean, no one wants anyone to be injured, but that would have been the best case scenario there for the Tigers. But luckily he's okay, and he gets to continue his game. He's had a great game so far. Just unfortunate that one came straight back at him. I mean, if it would have been on either side of him, it probably would have been handled by either the second or third baseman, second baseman or shortstop, and that would have been easy play at first. Well, it's never easy with Hebner running. Hebner's just too quick. Alrighty. Sorry about that, I muted for a moment. That pitch was fouled back. Hebner acting like he's going to go. Trying to get in the pitcher's head a little bit. And then try to pick him off. You could see him. He's like acting like he's going to go. He doesn't normally do that, at least from what I've noticed. But I think he's just trying to get in the pitcher's head. Try to make him throw a bad pitch. And he's gone. And he's in there, and it goes off of his foot. And he's going to try to go 3. Oh, and he's stuck. Oh, no. And they got him. Bad base running there from Hebner. Not something you normally can say. Misjudged it. Got himself caught. And what could have been a runner in scoring position is now... Yeah, he did. Is now 2 outs with Spencer Stearns up to bat. I mean, that could have been huge. You got Spencer Stearns over here, who's, you know, hitting amazing this season, doing everything right, except for the error in this game. And, you know, had a runner in scoring position, but a runner on third is much more valuable, and he wanted to be that. Just could not go, and that pitch just faded away. Stearns swung through it. Great pitch against a great hitter. And great pitching wins games. Tigers just so far this game don't have it. And it's no gripe to the guys. They know it. You have our starters. You have the guys who rotate. And Tigers strike out there. And that's the end of the inning. So the perfect game lost for Danielson. But team still gets out of it. No runs against. And the Tigers, well, got to pick it up here in the 6th. Top of the 5th. Sorry about that. Well, here comes Hendrickson. Hendrickson got us out of a, I believe, bases loaded jam at the end of the last game, and he's in again. So we're playing the bullpen game. Gave him a little bit of extra time to rest. I'm assuming that's why they put Powell in before him. I also don't think they wanted to have to use him again, but here he is. And he looks no worse for wear in the warm-ups. He looks like he has some decent stuff, and he's locating it well. But Tigers trailing 3-0 here. We saw this against Huntley at the beginning of the season. We got lit up early. But at the very end of the game, we got to rally together. And that can happen in any inning. At least in that inning, we got a base runner. We were able to get the pitch count a little bit higher on Danielson. But still trailing. And would prefer not to have to wait until the 7th inning to see us score some runs. So leading off here in the top of the 5th is Holvey. Holvey has walked. And I believe he put one in play that was a ground out. That or a pop out. One of the two. Should really write it down, and I was planning on writing it down, but I'm tired. So, here we are, leading off for the Titans. And immediately put into play. Charge down by Stearns. Throw to first. In time. One away. Routine play, and that looked like a confident play from Stearns. He had an error in this game. He's one of the 2 errors for the Tigers. Right there, you couldn't tell that he had any in the game because that looked pretty darn good. Other than the stutter step to get there, that was perfect. But stutter step, timing, you know. Can't go full length and sprint at every single ball, or else it might be a little bit off with the timing. And that one also put in play. But another ground ball, and it's foul. Wind definitely picking up. Been able to feel it a lot more this game. Also, I'm not wearing my sweatshirt like I was in the first one, so maybe that's it. But and that one also put in play. Popped up to the right fielder. He goes back for it, and he's under it. Makes the play. 2 away here. First 2 batters have grounded out or popped out. Copeland makes that play, and Hendrickson's doing his job so far. Reducing, you know, hard hit balls, putting stuff into play that the fielders can manage, and doing it relatively efficiently. Early in counts. And big swing and a miss. Once again, this looks like a launch angle enthusiast. This is Cashman. Cash money. 0 for 1. With what I'm assuming was a walk. And yes, it was. Pitch outside, 1-1 count. 2 outs here, top of the 5th. Sorry. The 1-1 outside. So this is our first time this season, at least at home, getting to see Lucas Hebner behind the mound. Normally he helps warm up the pitchers and that stuff, but today he gets the starting job. And so far, I mean, I have to say he's done a pretty decent job. A few of the times he had to throw at runners running on the base path, he's done a decent job at that. And on the wild pitch an inning ago, he made the play to get the out. As it got past him, and then he threw it back to the pitcher who delivered the tag on a very awkward slide. And that one inside, full count. 2 outs. Looking for his first strikeout of the game. First batter of the inning, grounded out to third. Second one, flat out to right. And here's Cashman looking for his first hit of the ball game or a second walk. And second walk of the game. So we head back to the top of the order. No, we do not. We go to Rath. My bad. Got a little bit ahead of myself. You know. This is number 5, Gareth Rath. Second baseman, pitcher, senior. So they have a lot of seniors in this roster. Big swing and a miss. Well, thank you to everybody who, oh, so okay, so this is why we have the chat, and we appreciate the person that subscribed and used our chat. So Jeremy Pajot said, he is not the ace. That's the third best pitcher on the team. Well, today, he looked like the ace so far. But everyone has their days. Marketo had his today in the first game. Also, I think that his game of the year was probably against Huntley early on, when he came in relief of Stearns and pitched like 4 or 5 scoreless innings against the #1 team in the state at the time. Runner on first is Cashman. 2-1 pitch, high. And the Titans dugout getting involved here, making themselves known. 3-1. Inning so far, been a ground out, a fly out, and a walk. And at risk of walking another here, and going back to the front of the lineup. Need to get this guy out. 3-1 pitch, gets the call. Outside. Back-to-back walks. No one warming up for the Tigers. Looks like he's talking to his dugout. And the catcher's going to come out to talk to him as well. Well, if you're new here to the channel, which a few of you may be from Chatham, we'd appreciate if you just dropped a subscription. I know you're never going to watch again. Why would you? We're not planning you for the rest of the season. But just trying to get to 1,000 subs. Anything we can get. If we get to 1,000 subs at some point, in, you know, in the next year or so, we can qualify for the YouTube Partner Program and make money off of our streams. Put ads on stuff, and it would help raise money for us. Of course, I'm sure the school will take a cut out of it, as they do with most things, but you never know. Maybe we can sneak that one by. Hey, I mean, none of their other accounts have 1,000 subscribers for anything else. And also, Jeremy Pazzo, since you know that he's not the ace and he's the third best pitcher on the team, is there anywhere you get those statistics from? Because we have been looking for the stats for Chatham, but we don't have them. And I'd love to see the stats because it makes my life easier as an announcer. You know, they're not on STL High School Sports. I mean, there's a few, but there's not actual, like, player stats. Maybe they do, but I can't access it because I'm not an admin. And I don't have a Plus account, and I'm not buying one. And that one well, it's driven long but foul. So 1-2 count here. Henderson still looking for his first strikeout as my wallet falls out of my pocket for like the 8th time today. So these pants will never be worn again, because the pockets do not hold my wallet at all, and I'm not trying to lose that. Kind of need to drive. And he got him. So it got a little dicey there at the end of the inning, but we get out with no runs against. Tigers still looking for their first runs of the game. And we'll see if we can get it as we go through the middle of the lineup. Well, here we are in the bottom of the 5th inning. Tigers still looking for their first run of the game. Chatham has 3 runs on 3 hits and a boatload of walks. And we have 1 hit. That was a comebacker to the pitcher. And if it was hit anywhere else in the field, it probably would have been out. So looking for our first opportunity to drive one deep here. And actually puts a barrel to the bat. Get a normal base hit. That doesn't injure the pitcher. So Copeland 0 for 1 on the evening. Afternoon, whatever. He's nuts. And its count is 1-1. Pitch high up in the zone. Didn't really break or do anything there. Just kind of sat there. Wonder if he was trying for it to come back down and just missed it. So 2-1. Copeland just trying to work something here. And that one also high. So a good eye from him. And pitch called strike. So full count here. And this is where the Tigers have gotten themselves in trouble. Swung at bad pitches on 3 and 2, or with 2 strikes in general today. Definitely tell the team's a little fatigued. 5 games in a week. And that one well hit, and that should be a double. Tigers have their first runner in scoring position, barring... No, they do not. Good throw back in. Bullet from left field from Marconi. So holds the Tigers to a single there. And Copeland will be sitting on first with the second hit of the day for the Tigers. And now Ifrig up the bat. And now the wind, of course, now that he's up, has decided to start blowing out to left field, of course. Well, now it's just blowing straight back in. It's wind. It changes whenever it wants to. No real way for us in here to measure it because we're not meteorologists. Misses that one out. You saw him do a little bit of double take with the runner there. Looked at him, looked back at the plate, and then quickly looked back to the plate again to throw the pitch. And he missed outside. So clearly scared the Tigers might try something here, but Copeland not exactly a guy you'd expect to steal a base. I mean, he has 9 on the season, but he's not in the top 2. I mean, you got to be weary here, and the Tigers do need a base runner. But I wouldn't think until maybe you have 1 or 2 outs you try it, because you never know. Maybe he just hits a home run here, and then you could score 2. Where if he runs and gets caught, then you only get 1 off a home run. Not that a home run's going to be easy against this kid. Danielson's pitched a gem of a game so far. Thomas Vansakic. Thomas Vansikic said in chat, I just want to say I don't even watch baseball, but the commentating got me intrigued. 10 out of 10 live stream. Thank you very much. And thank you to everybody else in the booth here, Thomas Almos and John Deichel. They're the ones running the on-screen scoreboard and the camera. So, not just me doing this. Everyone else is doing a good job too. And I'm glad you really liked the stream. And if you like it a lot, be sure to subscribe. And that one fouled back. Fighting to stay alive in this count. Tigers, I mean, you have a good opportunity. You had a base runner on with no outs. This is the best opportunity the Tigers have had this game, which really does say something. You know, oh, we got a base runner. Wow. Something normally that is a very common thing in Tigers games has been hard to find today. But this is her opportunity. And wow. You could tell he was not sure whether or not he wanted to swing on that. Was not very confident in himself at that, as far as that went. And that will bring up Hardy. Yeah, Jeremy Padjo said they have some stats on max preps, but it hasn't been updated in a while. Yeah, that's what I was looking at. I looked at it the other day, and it hasn't been updated in so long. It's just like, it's not even accurate anymore. And that's a weird pitch. Catcher wanted that. And that was a pitch that should have been called a strike, but we will take it. We'll take anything we can get against this kid. And that one, foul. Almost 90 degrees to the left of the home plate. And almost hit the man on deck, which is Hendrickson. Tigers are definitely resting some people too. I mean, it's been 5 games, 5 days, not 5 games in a week. So a lot of some important batters, some hitters out of the lineup. So 40% of the chat is rooting for the Titans. Very interesting. 2 out of 5. And it's not a bad thing. We appreciate your viewership. As soon as I said that, though, we lost 2 viewers. 1-2 pitch. Outside. Good take. Hardy on the season. Hitting .321. No home runs, which, you know, I think we'd all appreciate to see one of those right now, but would only be good enough to bring the deficit to 1. And that one in the dirt. Full count. Chance to work a walk. I think this one's going to hit the zone, though. There's literally no reason for me to think that other than gut feeling. The last 2 have missed, and the way he's pitching, I don't think he's going to miss again. Hey, he subscribed. Let's go. Hey, clap it up for Thomas, boys. Well, actually, and that one down the left field line, and should move the runner. But once again, with the speed of Marconi in left field, able to hold the Tigers to only runners on first and second. Normally, against other teams, that'd be runners on the corners. And it's a well-struck ball, and that's 2 base hits down that line. Third baseman playing off that line a fair amount, and they're going to go out and talk to the pitcher. I mean, surely they don't take him out. He's up to 75 pitches, but well, 76 now. But he really, yeah. They're not going to take him out. And plus, the coach isn't even out there, so they can't take him out. So he's pitched a great game. It's just 2 balls. You know, if the third baseman was playing more towards the line, would probably gobble it up. They've had, been hit relatively hard and pulled down that direction. Tigers are currently tied in hits with them, 3 apiece, but the walks killing the Tigers early in this game. And that one put in play. That might get down. That's going to be a base hit. Oh, diving play in left once again. Marconi making some great plays, flashing the leather. Takes away a base hit from Hendrickson. And he goes to 0-2 on the night. And what a play. 2025 Pitcher of the Year, Joe Shiroto, off the bat. That is an inside joke. Shouldn't tell a lot of those on streams because no one's going to understand them. Shiroto on the year. Not having the best season hitting. Who's he in for?
He's in for Hebner. Lucas.
So he's in for Lucas Hebner here. Shiroto on the season hitting .357. with 3 RBIs in his 14 plate appearances. So, I mean, not awful, but just not, you know, small sample size. And we need something here. This is like one of those at-bats you just want Stearns up there. Because you got 2 runners on, home run ties it. Tigers got to get a run out of the situation, though. I don't know how many more opportunities you're going to get off this guy. And I don't know how many more innings he's going to stay in, but he only needs 7 more outs and the game's over. He pitched so efficiently, though, early on, and we struck out so easily. He just kept his pitch count down. So strike 1. Pitch he might want back. And he's going to check on the runners. It's like 3 times. And pitch up and away. 1-1. Big spot in the ball game. I think if the Tigers don't score here, there's a good chance we lose the game. So, gotta make it count. 2 base hits. Tigers still have not gotten walked in this ball game, I believe. And gets that one. Crowding the plate is Shiroto. And it's going to be hard for him to get to that. 1-2 count. And I think we're going to probably see a strikeout here. I don't want to say that, but, you know, just the way he's pitching and the way he's been able to attack Shiroto so far, looks like he's probably going to get it. Strike 3, he's out. And I called it. So Tigers get 2 aboard, but strand them both. And we'll head to the top of the 6th. Tigers still need 3, but they got to stop him from scoring first. So Zach Schmidt into the game for the Tigers has not pitched in a while. Only 3 innings pitched on the season, I believe. Bruh. Okay, 3 innings pitched in the season, no runs against, no hits against, no nothing. And he almost had an immaculate inning. And Thomas, wait, you know, way to interrupt in the middle of my little spiel about his stats. I'm kidding. I'm trolling you. I'm just tired and cranky now because we're losing. Oh, I know. Oh, don't worry. I'm used to watching losers because I'm on the bowling team, and we don't win very often. So I am. I never said it was my fault.
Who else? You're the only person I know who's on the bowling team.
Trevor Fox, Derek Newsom, Thomas Rice, Nevin Getterman, that Carter McFarlane. All what?
Said all the weird kids.
Yeah, they're not all the weird kids. You got a few stoner kids in there. I'm not even calling them out on stream. The school knows what they're stoner kids because they've been caught.
So many times.
You had the legendary Stephen Lightshoe, who was not available to bowl the entire season because of grades. That was fun. Grant Gibbs, similar boat. Justin just kind of gave up halfway through. The bowling team, you know, we're not exactly the greatest. But hey, we had a good season. We actually had a good season, honestly. For us, that was a good year, and it was a fun year, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. And a solid pitch from Zach. Zach, good pitcher, just doesn't get a lot of playing time. Well, okay, self-acclaimed good pitcher. I haven't seen him pitch yet. This is my first time. Big spot in the game. And that goes off the bat. Strike 2. I think he's going with the same pitch twice. And he works quickly. Got the pitch he wants. Tries to blow him away with the fastball, and it's low. Fastball has a little bit of tail. Maybe like an inch. Not much. We have 0 viewers again. Amazing. Incredible. Ball put in play. Weak contact. Stearns. Stearns throw across the diamond in time. And one away. So Zach Schmidt working quickly. Hey boys, we got a viewer again. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, he's gone. No, they did not hear it yet. I thought that was my Walt again. No, there's a delay on the stream. That ball put in the play, out to right, carrying foul into the bullpen. That ball was deep. A little bit of a scare there. Is up to bat right now is Plattner. 0 for 1 with a walk. Right? Right, yeah, totally. Yep. No, 2 walks, of course. That's just kind of how the game's gone for the Tigers. Titans have not beaten them with the bat. They've beaten them with their brains and been able to not swing at pitches that have been outside the zone and foul off ones that needed to be fouled off. And that's why they have a 3-1 lead in this game, and they made their hits count. That one fouled back. Dog started barking as the pitch came in. Well, it's a Chatham fan, so not our problem. And that one gets away. Not an awful pitch, just couldn't keep it in front of him. Grant Hebner back into catch in this game. And now out and left is Joe Shiroto. Other than that, basically the entire infield and outfield has stayed the same. Lucas Hebner out of the game. Not sure why he's gone. I mean, he has a decent bat. He just didn't give very good plate appearances earlier on. And that one fouled back, stays alive. Very, very close to being a strikeout. Hey, John, can we go? No, I mean... and that pitch almost hits him. Full count. All right, so after a quick little visit, we're back. Full count pitch, 1 out. Had a scare earlier in this at-bat as the ball went all the way over to the bullpen. Just went foul at the end. That ball put in play, hit sharp with a third base. Stearns with the throw in time. And Ifrig there with the catch. So 2 away. So that's 2 balls that have been grounded over to Stearns. He's handled them both well. He may have one of the errors in the game, but he's also made a few good plays. And a pitcher's best friend is always a good defense behind him. And an umpire that doesn't know what they're doing, but gives them all the calls anyways. That's always good too, but we don't have that. And that ball gets up on Hebner after it bounces off in the dirt. And by the way, I'm not saying anything about the ump out there. The ump's just doing a good job. That's what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure. I mean, there's been a few, but I mean, it's not done anything too bad. That one's fouled straight back over our heads here in the booth. And here's the 1-1 to Curtis. Curtis 2 for 3 on the day. And good frame job there from Hebner. And that ball put in play, popped over to Shiroto. Looks like it's in foul territory, and it's going to drop foul. So 3 people in the vicinity, but it's going to drop. 1-2 is the count, and he was almost already on his way to second base, so he was hustling. Here's the 1-2. And good pitch, just a little low. I mean, it never helps whenever it bounces at the end. It could have been at his knees as it passed him, but at the end, if it's in the dirt and the catcher can't handle it, never going to get called. And gets a good... Oh, my. What a frame job. And he works efficiently. 1, 2, 3. Go, the Titans. And the Tigers are down to their final 6 outs, and they need 3 runs. Let's see if they get it as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Alrighty, so we're back here in the bottom of the 6th, and the Tigers gonna need to work some devil magic here. Down 3, down to their final 6th outs, going against a guy who's been pretty unhittable. And we'll see if they're up to the task. Up to bat for the Tigers, Caden Jennings hitting .302 on the season, coming into today before the first game with 12 RBIs. Wind is blowing back out to right. And in his practice swing over there, he's swinging pretty hard. Let's see if that translates to his at-bat. If you're wondering what the holdup was about here, which is the catcher getting ready. Caden Jennings on the day. I'd love to be able to tell you what he was, but it's not coming up on my thing, so that's amazing. That's cool. Now here's the first pitch, and shows bunt, takes it away. Ball 1. And that ball put in play, little blooper, looks like it's going to drop, and it's going to drop in foul territory. Game changer app, still showing Burns, so I'm assuming that means that Jennings is in for Burns for now. You're good. Yeah, Dave, you're fine. I was just going to use it to make a point that he was in for Burns, 'cause I was wondering who he was in for, and that helped me actually figure out who was in. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Put in play. Hit to the gap. To the shortstop. He has speed. And he's out by a half step. He was trucking down the line, but he's not going to get in there. Put a ball in play. Something the Tigers needed early in this game was to put more stuff in play. But strikeouts early cost the team. And now Funkhauser back up. Trying to break out of his slump. He's a good hitter. It's just, as of late, something just looks not quite right. Still batting leadoff, though. I mean, if you can get on base, even if your average isn't very good, I mean, we'll take it. He's getting on base 42% of the time, and took a big hack at that one. 1-1, one away. Here in the bottom of the 6th, Tigers still need 3. Anything to help Any sort of runs would be really nice right about now. And fouls that one back. So Danielson up to 87 pitches in this game. Looks like he's probably going to finish it out for him. I don't see anybody in the bullpen for the Titans, so it looks like this is going to be their guy. They're going to ride it till the end of the game. Pitched masterfully against the gassed Tigers squad today. I think if these teams were to meet again another day, the Tigers actually, didn't have all their pitchers burned up over the week, probably be able to beat them. But today, team is just tired. Took a big rip at that. Not exactly a good pitch to hit. And he strikes out. So 2 down, and that'll bring up Hebner. Hebner has his hand wrapped up. I'm not sure if there was an injury or what happened, but he has his glove on now. Over it, I think. Or it might just still be the wrapping. Maybe I just now noticed that, but I don't remember him wearing that before. Hebner is 1 for 2, has one of the Tigers' 3 hits in this ball game. And hits that ball hard up to the shortstop. Routine play, and he's out. 1, 2, 3 go the Tigers, down to their final 3 outs. And with this crowd being half Titans fans, at least half the people will be leaving happy after this game, from the looks of it. Unless the Tigers can pull something out of there, you know what? This game, not looking too good for them. So Zach Schmidt going to come in for a second inning of work. He is the 4th pitcher the Tigers have used in this game, and he's thrown 11 of 16 strikes. So worked pretty efficiently in the last inning, and we're going to need him here. I mean, this is already a long shot for us to win. We're down by 3. We did believe we scored more whenever we needed to against Huntley, though, earlier this year, which was our last legitimate walk-off. Number 1, Crew Erickson. He's a sophomore, and of course, for the Titans. First pitch, strike, good frame. Just really helping there. I mean, those pitches are probably on the outside of the plate. They're good pitches that are strikes, but just the way Hebner's so smooth with framing them like that, just bringing them right back in, really helping. So 2 strikes here, 2 fastballs on the outside. If he's going to go for some of his breaking stuff. Another fastball, and that one's going to drop in. Question mark? No, it's going to carry all the way out to Hardy. Hardy makes the play, 1 away here in the top of the 7th. Tigers just trying to stay down 3-0 here. Don't want anything else. Just going to keep it simple, make the easy plays, and try to keep themselves in a position to win the game. I mean, I'm sure they're just pretty done over there. Pretty tired, but they're not going to give up. And that ball gets away, but luckily there's no runners on base. And that was a problem early on. It was just there were so many runners on in the beginning of the game from so many walks. Any mistake or any pass ball or anything would just, move the runners, and they didn't even have to hit. So in the first inning, we walked 3 on to start and with no outs, and we almost got out of it. And we only allowed one run of damage. And then in the 5th, we got runners 2nd and 3rd. They get a base hit. They score on both. have not scored much and have not hit much, but doesn't matter because, oh, great frame again. Huebner's really showing off back there right now. 1-2. And this makes me wonder, I mean, I know why they don't pitch Smith all the time, but he looked really darn good here so far. That pitch in on the hands of Holvey. Holvey with 2 walks so far in the game. Two-two pitch. That's going to be in foul territory, but looks like the first baseman's going to get under it. And he does. Ifrig catches it in fair territory. It drifts back in. And the wind has died down completely. The flag has gone droop. Out in center field. Number 24 coming up to the plate. That is Creighton Ranke. And big swing and a miss in the first pitch. Just trying to hit, I'm assuming he's trying to hit a bomb here. Trying to give his team some more insurance. He's 0 for 3 in this game. One of the few people on the team to not draw a walk, and he has a strikeout. Z. Danielson already up to 12 strikeouts, by the way, for Titans. Big swing and a miss again. Great pitch. I feel like if we would have brought him in earlier, we'd probably be still sitting at that 1-run deficit. Tigers oh so reluctant to use him, though, this season. And that pitch breaks in there for a strike. What an inning. Zach Smith showing what he can do out there. First appearance at home this season that we've been able to catch on camera. And college scouts, I believe he's already committed, but everyone should keep an eye on him because he has good stuff. It looks like they're going to leave Danielson in to finish this game. He's up to 91 pitches, 59 of which were strikes. Tigers tried their best to try to work the counts with him, but early at-bats just didn't go our way, and we find ourselves trailing by 3 here in the bottom of the 7th. Looking for a miracle. We've already gone through some of the best part of our lineup in the last inning. Should be Stearns leading off, the guy you want here. Well, one of them. I'd actually prefer Copeland and then Huebner and then him because, you know, there's 2 people that actually can get on base and then he'll just hit a bomb, but he's still looking for his first hit of the game, I believe. Yep, he struck out once and 2 at-bats. Tigers really haven't had that much. They've only gone through the lineup 2.5 times. Not a lot of offense. But here's the last hope. Down to our final 3 outs. Stearns, Copeland, and then Ifrig. That's not bad either. If you can get Stearns and Copeland aboard, Ifrig can hit one out. And the wind is starting to blow again. As soon as it went limp, it started picking back up. Blowing back out to right. Been blowing out to right the entire game. Honestly, both games today. And that ball low. So 2-0. Has not walked a batter yet so far in this game. Only allowed 3 hits through 6 innings. And that ball driven. That ball's deep. That ball's back. He can't find it. And it's going to drop. Can he get back? Can he get there? Throw looks good, but he is safe at second. And the Tigers' first extra base hit of the day. Well, that tends to help. And now you got 2 lefties back-to-back with the wind starting to really blow out to right. This is a big spot for the Tigers. I mean, this is their last chance. Should have scored in the last inning. Didn't. Some great plays from the left fielder. Marconi was the only reason why this game is still tied. Should have had runners in the corners. And then that great diving catch. Really, really sucked the life out. That ball hit right back. Another comebacker. And throws it high. And he's back on the bag in time. 1 away. And that one, I mean, he's been hit twice in this game. And he's still okay. So good for him. And now Ifrig up. That's a guy you wanted to get on there. Copeland, so good at it this season, getting on base. Had a get out to on base 56% of the time. Number 1 in the team. But alas, he does not. And now it's on to Ifrig. I was just kind of hoping we could set it up for Ifrig so we could maybe hit a homer and tie it up. The wind's blowing that direction, and he has some power. And that ball called strike off the plate. And it's 0-1. I'm surprised we haven't pinch ran though for Stearns here. I don't know if it's just because they don't care enough or what. But I want my lead runner to be fast in this situation. One of the few flaws in his game is just he's not the fastest runner on the planet. And now 0-2 to Ifrig. Ifrig in a hole. Needs this. Can't strike out under any circumstances. And doesn't get the call. So a pity call from the umpire. And 1-2 is the count. 1 out. Runner in scoring position. Tigers trailing by 3. Only with 4 hits in the ball game. Trying to come back and win this game. And sweep. Well, get the sweep in the doubleheader today. Time called. Dugout getting into it. And the dog not happy in the stands with all the extra noise. I don't remember asking though. And that ball hit back up the middle. And Stearns is going to be safe in there. Oh, and he could have gone. Like I said, I think we should have pinch ran for him. Probably could have scored a run off of that. But still, runners in the corners. Base hit. We'll still score him. And they're going to talk about it here. As the infield, everyone, including the coach, comes in. That was the 5th hit of the ball game. So Tigers are at least winning in one stat now. They're winning in hits. They're also winning in walking batters, which is never a good stat to be winning in. But today, Tigers just, you know why. Instead, they've burned a lot of their good pitchers up. Had to throw a lot of innings over the last week. And looks like Beagle's going to come into the game here to pinch run for Ifrig. So a good decision there. Still somewhat shocked that we haven't pinch ran for Stearns. Umpire coming to break it up. I don't remember seeing anybody warming up in the bullpen, and I think they're going to let him finish this game. But he's up to 99 pitches. I think next base hit, he's done. So this will bring up Hardy. He is 1 for 2 on the day. Check on the runner. Here's the pitch. And ball popped up, hoping it gets out of play. It's going to be close. And he slides into the wall. And his cleat might be stuck. And it was partially. So got lucky there. That ball just got close enough to the wall. Those are always the worst. When you pop out foul, you just didn't give yourself a chance. At least in this situation, a long fly ball that gets caught will at least score a run. Well, if they'd pinch run for Stearns, you never know. If it's not deep enough, he definitely does not have a jump. Not a very speedy guy. Guy who has power, he can hit for average, he can get on base, he can field, he can pitch, he just not a fast runner. And that one also fouled off. 0-2. Not where you want to be, but we were also 0-2 a count ago. Well, 2 counts ago, and we lined it back to the pitcher. So Bryce Beagle on first, Stearns at third, Cade Hardy representing the tying run. Outside, And that was outside. Crowd wanted it. Up to 102 pitches. No, 101. 102. Okay, it's just changing every 2 seconds. I can't win. So his pitch count is that of Marquetto's last game. And swing and a miss. Tigers down to their final out. And he's not happy. Rightfully so. Tigers need a miracle. And with Hendrickson coming to the plate, hitting .214 on the season with 1 home run, 9 RBI. I am not too confident. Second baseman dead out there. If you want to zoom in on that. Oh, John. Okay, well, you can't show it now. The second baseman was lying down, but now you can't show it. No, he moved. Damn it. That would have been funny. Would have been the only good thing to come out of the stream. Yeah, we got more viewers, though. Well, okay. I don't know what YouTube's on crack. It says 0 concurrent viewers and 9. Not even close. That's YouTube for you. It'll screw you over till the very end. I would know because I'm someone who got paid by them for a bit. And they love screwing you over at every turn. Anyways, Tigers on to their final out. Take strike 1, top of the zone. Hendrickson. Gonna need him here. After Hendrickson in the lineup, it will be Shiroto. So Tigers kind of used up the majority of their good hitters. Some of them not in the lineup here today. Unless we decide to pinch hit, which we look like we're going to do. Marquetto's going to pinch hit for Shiroto. And Shiroto was already pinch hitting for Lucas Hebner. So that'd be the second pinch hitter in that spot today. Outside, 2-1. Get himself back ahead of the count. Hendrickson here, big spot. Tigers trying not to lose again. It would be their 3rd loss this week after starting the season with 22 straight wins. Going to drop down the PBR boards after this week, but also I wonder if PBR will take into account the fact we played so many games. That ball hit hard. Back center, catch made. Titans win. Well, that's the first loss we've broadcasted here on the EHS Broadcasting YouTube channel. Unfortunate. Got shut down by a good pitcher. And I think that's going to do it for us. I'm James Zuckmeyer, John Dackel on the camera, Thomas Elmos.
For winning this year's 14th annual Tiger Classic. They won with a 3-2 victory over Highland.
Alrighty. So Teutopolis actually wins the Tiger Classic. They come out with the best record in this tournament. So congratulations to them. They beat all the teams. But Tigers lose 2 in the tournament. Lose to Teutopolis last night, beat Highland, and then lose to this team. So down the ranking boards will probably go after this week, but overall, got to hold their head somewhat high. You played well. You beat Belleville East in one of the games. Just a long week of baseball, and it comes to a disappointing end.